She is actively and continually cheating on me.
I would never use that word to call Idubbbz a lolcow until now.
I'm watching Idubbbz make the same mistakes I made to become a lolcow.
This is like the biggest Kino Casino W ever.
Yeah! Woo-hoo! It's a party in the casino tonight!
Well, it seems like the YouTuber's curse struck me again. I just made a video covering Idubbbz, and only 2 days later, Ian Joma decided that he would address the criticisms that he's been receiving in one of the worst video responses that I've seen in my life. And remember, I was around for the reply girls. On September 10th, 2025, Idubbbz uploaded a video called Coming Clean. Pretty ironic considering he stinks and he doesn't shower, where he would bring up two people that we haven't yet mentioned on this little Idubbbz series we have going on. But if you've been a long time Audentum viewer, then you've definitely seen these two before in plenty of my videos. That being the fat one in his cohort.
There is the fat one in his cohort.
Or PPP and Andy Worski of the Kino Casino if you don't want to use Idubbbz' nicknames. For well over a year now, Idubbbz has been one of the main features on the Feltastic Kino Casino, with over 133 video segments on their Clips channel, laughing at Idubbbz long before he had snaked Ethan Klein. And both Ian and Anisa have watched all of them, because they cannot stop themselves from hate-watching videos on them. In fact, they could be watching this one as we speak. This was Coach Mike and Kate saying that while the Froggy Fresh situation was going on, Idubbbz and Anisa were going through all the hater comments on Twitter about it during a Thanksgiving dinner where they were the guests.
We invited Ian and Anisa over to watch the fight of David Benavidez, and because the Froggy Fresh drama went down, they spent the whole time in my bedroom on Twitter reading all the comments, and it was the craziest thing ever. And that's when I was like, man, Sam Hyde is right. Because look at them, they were reading it and Ian was like, oh, Tiffany 465 says this. I think that's a great comment. And then Anissa's like, what about this comment? And it was the craziest.
They're kind of like people that stuck up for him and didn't stick up for him. And meanwhile, I'm like, hey Ian, the guy that you just met is fighting in a world championship fight. Let's watch this fight. But he couldn't even watch the fight because they were so caught up in like the Twitter comments.
Well, Simple Ian, as he's now known as, did not like that one bit and decided to call Mike his disgraced boxing coach and a stupid fucking loser with his dumb as rocks wife.
I will point you to my disgraced boxing coach, Michael Briggs. For some reason, this stupid fucking loser and his dumb as rocks wife decided to go on the H3 podcast.
Oh, Idubbbz also tried to imply that they only went on the show because Ethan Klein said he was going to pay Mike and his wife $5,000, when Ethan just gave the money that Idubbbz was supposed to pay his coach in the first place.
They were getting paid like $5,000 to go on this podcast. I think they were maybe afraid that they wouldn't get the money if they didn't thoroughly trash us.
That wasn't true in the slightest, by the way, and on September 15th, Coach Mike would correct the record, saying they had a verbal agreement that Idubbbz broke.
So he tries to act like because they didn't use the word promise. I didn't promise I was going to put you on the documentary. I didn't promise I was going to give you your bonus. The bonus thing, yes, you did. You and Anisa literally came to me and told me everyone involved was getting a bonus, which to me meant also coaches would be getting a bonus, right? Or they would be paying the fighters and the fighters could decide what the coaches deserved.
But it's his event. It's his event. He's the guy with the money, and he's telling you, his coach, everybody gets a bonus.
Yes, we literally had that conversation. He's trying to say we didn't, but once again, in his video, when he tries to say the things that he didn't do, he then goes and says, oh, but we did do this. He even starts the video by saying something completely crazy. He's like, my coach is so insecure that he cares if his fighters lose.
It's so obvious that he's lying. And all you have to do is just look at this claim that he continues to repeat, is that I paid you guys $5,000 to come talk shit about him. And he even like world builds around it. He's like, oh, they were afraid that if they didn't talk shit hard enough, they weren't going to get the money and all this types of stuff.
He says that like it's proof that there was no bonus because I didn't reach out to him about a bonus. He even said He even said that he paid me timely with everything, right? There's a couple things that, one, he always paid me timely. So two, and he tells me there's a bonus and then he doesn't pay me. I'm like, oh, okay, there must not have been a bonus. So I'm not going to reach out to him about a bonus that I don't think exists until I find out from Harley and everyone else when they came clean about a $27,000 bonus. And I'm like, well, shit, I thought there was no bonus because you paid me timely with everything. You tell me there's a bonus and then you never fucking paid me. So I'm like, how does that prove that I should have been hitting you up about the bonus? You literally said you paid me for everything all the time.
But believe it or not, even though Mike and Kate had mogged on Idubbbz and Anisa while they were on the H3 podcast, they weren't the ones that this video was going to focus on. That's because Idubbbz does not like the fact that he went from the top of YouTube to living in his mother-in-law's basement known as a lolcow. And because of this, Anisa decided that Idubbbz was going to strike back against the casino.
Anisa and I are in a much safer and privileged position than many other people who are the targets of guys like this who want to bully them into submission. So now I want to look at two different clips from these guys. There is the fat one and his cohort.
Idubbbz would then call PPP a coward for being a part of the problem and not acknowledging that he is a part of the problem. Something that makes absolutely no sense considering Idubbbz's freefall was caused by Idubbbz himself.
It's plain as day that he's part of the problem, but he fucking refuses, like a coward does, to take any responsibility for him being part of the problem.
And that was it. It was 20 minutes of nothing. Probably, again, the worst video Idubbbz has ever made by far. But let me tell you something. It was nothing compared to how bad his live streams get. Idubbbz would then go on to do one of said live streams talking about the video right after it was uploaded. And of course, how there are channels like yours truly that cover him.
Alright guys, so I just uploaded a video, if you're not aware of it. I mean, technically, enough time has passed to where everyone could have theoretically watched it if you turned it on immediately as it came out. Do I know Diesel Patches? He's obsessed with me. I know all, well, not all. I know 70 to 80%. Well, there's probably a lot more smaller channels, but I know like 70% of the hate channels.
Say my name.
Besides that, Idubbbz would also go more into detail about Mike and Kate. This is beyond long, so we're gonna have to do more highlights.
And yeah, I mean, today's mostly gonna be about, actually, I shouldn't say, yeah, it's mostly gonna be about my former coach, him and his wife, Kate. They are total assholes. I have been like keeping my mouth shut about them for since Ethan paid them to be on his podcast. It was horrible. It was a horrible thing to see. I had essentially our relationship was very, it was arm's length. It was a business relationship. It was like, yeah, you fucking coach me for this shit, and hopefully I am able to make you proud in the boxing ring. And then, a year later or whatever, he's on Ethan's podcast talking mad shit for no reason. And the craziest part about it is that this guy and Kate were in my Instagram DM, leading up to the release of the Content Cop. Woo, yeah, we're hyped. Awesome. Can't wait. I guess when they found it out that it was H3, they were like, this is fucked up. Yeah, the whole thing was just really gross. And the way they handled it after that was even grosser. Michael Briggs, a lying piece of shit, and his stupid wife, lying piece of shit. They could have said so much less in this video and still been truthful. It was fucking mind-blowing how they just decided to throw the relationship away entirely. Because I didn't have an outright negative view of him at all. But them laughing about me crying after a sparring session and all this other shit. It was fucking insane. I see this fucking loser pop up on the H3 thumbnail, and I'm like, huh, that's odd. I like, is Ethan like trying to, like, I was not at all thinking in any world that my coach and his wife would be on the podcast. That wasn't remotely in my mind. I was like, oh, did you like leave a comment somewhere saying that he was like upset with me or some shit? Like, cause yeah, the last thing he was saying in my Instagram DMs was like, ooh, like flames emoji or like little celebratory emoji for like the new content cop.
Remember how Mike had to train Anisa and never charged her any money for it? Well, Idubbbz is going to try and justify that, saying that Anisa's training was valuable, as well as calling Mike sexist, but that wasn't the point. The point was, Mike trained Anisa as well as Idubbbz and was never paid for it. Instead, Idubbbz just dances around that fact, trying to make out how training with Anisa was a good thing for him.
Also, like half of the sessions, we'd have to train Anisa, so every session, instead of being just training for Ian for a fight, I would have to...
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Anisa did come with me to every training session because we love training together, and it was great for her. And initially, she was going to fight, but, like, it was good. Like, it was very valuable. I was able to learn things from watching Michael train Anisa. It was very... I think it was a good setup. Obviously, he's using it as an excuse here to basically say, she bogged us down. We would have been able to train so much more, and it would have been so much better if she wasn't there.
Take half of the session and train Anisa.
So whose idea was that?
Hers.
Yeah.
Hers. No, that, like, we were both training. Just because you're training me for an hour and some change doesn't mean that while training Anisa also, that doesn't mean that I would have then done the full 2 hours. I would have done the hour. That's not how fucking things work. Just because Anisa's there doesn't automatically mean that I'm not training as much as I would have. Like, that was my time to fucking have a break, and I would have had it regardless. I wish that for other people, that your partner wants to spend time with you and wants to do the things that you enjoy doing and wants to work out with you, train with you, hike with you, run with you. That's a good thing. And, you know, really the only way to paint it as a bad thing is like him basically saying we lost because I would have had more time and it's her fault.
Half of the sessions I had with him would be with her. And then she would come in with like all sorts of drama to the gym. One day she was super dramatic and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And she related Will Smith slapping to Chris Rock to somehow Ian having to defend her online. So she was like super dramatic the whole day. And I'm like, I can't even train Ian today because she's so dramatic.
We went in all the time. And this is what he has, is like, oh, she brought the drama. It's sex as shit.
Oh, and you also remember how Idubbbz said that the internet would remember H3H3 as being the ones that got a charity event killed off? Well, here he is now saying that nobody will work with Mike again. Something that will age poorly, I'm sure.
And then you're like, oh, you know what? I want to fucking ruin my my reputation online, and any potential clients that come to get training from me. I want my name to be online where I'm dogging the shit out of a client who paid me well and, you know, flew me around to be part of these events.
But it wasn't just Idubbbz talking about this, because Anisa would tell us all about how normal it is to be $1 million in the red when running an event.
I'm right here. You can say what you got to get pretty close.
Okay. I just want to, like, because I'm the one who is, like, seeing the back end. This part of it really pissed me off with Harley saying, like, we would have really liked to know. Being $500,000 in the hole year 2 is actually amazing. Year 1, we were $1 million in the hole before the event, and that's normal because production, broadcasting, renting the arena, paying fighter purses, all of these things cost money. Second year, we were actually less in the hole because we had I think it was a clothing brand that gave us money forward,
or
so they could be
Moment House or one of these.
Yeah, Moment House gave us. We're actually doing better, but it's very normal when you're putting on live events to be in the hole for all of the money because or a lot of the money because you're essentially waiting for the last 24 hours for the pay-per-view sales and everything. All the sales come in 48 to 24 hours. So nobody needed to know that we were in the hole. It's normal business.
Yeah.
When the topic of Idubbbz crying came up, Idubbbz' psyche would break and he lost his mind.
Like, it doesn't matter if you cry in the end.
Did you say he cried?
Oh, we had to have a meeting.
So after that, he was crying.
We had to have a meeting. How ridiculous is that? Men aren't supposed to have emotions, especially not sad emotions. It should only be anger. Emotions should only be anger with men.
Then we would get to hear about the Candyman himself. Let's get back to highlights, shall we?
Yeah. It was really because Froggy worked with Sam. And once Froggy worked with Sam, Ian was super offended.
Yeah.
And so Ian was really, really offended by that.
Harley worked with Sam.
I know.
Dude, and those videos were funny. Those videos were hilarious.
I think that
There are other people involved with this event, so it is relevant to think about that. On top of that, the idea that someone is, you know, they like aren't willing to cooperate. It's either like, I'm working with this guy or you have to kick me out of the event. Like, that's super uncooperative, and there was no room to negotiate or to figure things out. So yes, I was very appropriately offended or angry about it or worried about it. Yeah, it got worse. Like, it was not good to have that association, so we wanted to keep our distance from that shit because he was harassing me and my wife, saying horrible things about Anisa, and yeah, like, we just want to stay away from that. So it's pretty fucking obvious. By the way, this whole beef thing is like nonstop harassment. That's what the beef that he's describing is. Like, it's very cute to kind of dance around the idea of like, oh yeah, there was some like conflict there. There's something going on. But it's like, no, I clearly didn't want any association after putting out my documentary, and no one was respecting that.
That he actually just admitted that blatantly. He's like, oh, he got kicked because he was training with Sam. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why did you even admit that?
Because I'm not spineless like you, bitch. Yes, you are going to plead with me in the DMs to not be involved or mentioned in the Sam Hyde documentary that I'm making. And I will openly admit and say, like, yes, this guy and his community were harassing me. I'm not like you. I'm different. You will do whatever to not receive the harassment. I'm okay with it because it's worth being sincere.
because Anisa said to me, she's like, Kate, you don't understand. Ian and I both believe that Sam Hyde would really come and find me and would actually murder me. So that's the reason why we have to take all these precautions. And I was just like, are you sure?
I was like, I think the guy's a millionaire. I was like, I don't think he's going to risk his...
More comments about being a millionaire. Anisa didn't think Sam Hyde was going to kill her, but she definitely would show Kate the videos of him saying like really vile shit about her. Like, what a fucking, like, it's crazy to be showed those videos, to be shown the videos of him saying this awful shit, and to now be like, oh yeah, they're ridiculous, they're dramatic. It's like, you're not going to be fucking accepted.
Well, Creator Clash 1, he bought a ton of seats. He bought like a table right next to the ring that was like over $10,000
yeah,
or something.
What do
he
you
had all
think
his
about
guys
that,
there.
Harley? Do you think Ian was right to cancel that?
Why are you going to refund $10,000 that could have gone to charity? But now we all know the truth. It didn't go to charity.
And the event lost.
Oh, wait, no. I think they're referring to the first one. Yeah, I think they're referring to the first one. So, yeah, all of that did go to charity. And, yeah, you know, it's still made $1.3 million for charity. So what are you talking about?
Lastly, Idubbbz would let us know how offended he was from Mike asking Idubbbz to be a guarantor on his business. In fact, he was so offended by this, he refused to help them stop child marriage. But remember guys, he not only has empathy, he's stoic as well.
It says Kate talks about her childhood and surviving child marriage. I don't know what's said specifically, it's really hard to know, but like there have been like comments and like accusations that we don't fucking like support, or we don't support the bill to stop child marriage or some shit. Basically, like, you know, her experience with all of that is what it is. I'm not going to cast doubt or say anything along those lines. But before, I think it was Kate specifically, she messaged me about this child marriage thing. And this was after Creator Clash 2. And it was, very importantly, right after Michael Briggs requested that I be his guarantor on a loan to open like a boxing gym. And I don't know if you guys know what that means. That basically means he's asking me to be responsible for like debt if he isn't able to like pay the loan. Now, this, I want you to keep in mind. He said how embarrassing, humiliating it was that I was doing this like live stream to make up for the fact that we lost money on this event and money didn't go to charity. He was aware of what was happening. He knew that I lost my fucking match. You know, I hadn't been making videos or making any money, and that, you know, obviously I've been having a hard time online. I made my apology. Things were rough for me. But he comes in with his request of, hey, you mind being my guarantor on this loan? So I was extremely offended when he messaged me requesting that I be his guarantor on a loan. I did not have any, like, the idea of supporting him in that way was like, not like, it was just offensive. It's like, oh, you literally aren't even acknowledging that I lost a tremendous amount of money on this event. Fuck you. I didn't say that, but I was short with him. I said, like, in no world would I ever be able to do that, because I wanted to express like very clear boundaries. And I did. And I don't know how long later it was. I wasn't done being angry about it for sure. But Kate did message me about like a child marriage bill thing. And I didn't pass it along to Anisa. I looked at it and I closed it. So was I being like, you know, negligent to that relationship? Sure. But no, Anisa and I don't support child marriage or whatever fucking crazy story that they're spinning. I was just angry at them, and I was like, you know, fuck you guys. I'm not going to be boxing anytime soon. And yeah, I'm done with this shit.
He was so petty about being asked to be a guarantor, he wasn't even willing to repost her campaign. In fact, Idubbbz tried to change the story, saying that Kate contacted him right after Creator Clash 2, but in reality, as Kate showed later, it was in 2024. Hi Ian and Anisa, hope you guys are doing awesome. As a child marriage survivor, I finally found the courage to share my story. I'm working on House Bill 1455 to end child marriage in Washington State. I also created an Instagram, The 12-Year-Old Bride, as my personal blog to help raise awareness and help end child marriage in all of America by 2030. Thought I'd share with you guys since both of you guys are pro-women's rights. Well, on that September 15th H3H3 stream that we keep going back to, again, Kate would say how that was a lie.
Yeah, he said that right after I hit him up about the being a guarantor, not a loan, but being a guarantor, was when Kate asked him. But I had asked him sometime between July and September of after Creator Clash. So keep in mind, this is Creator Clash ended in April, I believe.
Yeah.
And then so it's like May, June, July, August. So sometime between July or September was when I asked him about being a guarantor. When she reached out to him about child marriage was January. And he said he was extremely offended that I would ask him to be a guarantor. Keep in mind, that's not putting up any money.
Yeah, I don't even understand that. He could have just politely said, I can't do it right now.
Yes.
He could have, but also...
He goes, I was super nice. All I said was, and then he actually says it. He goes, in no world can I give you money. I was like, that's not nice. That's insane. What the fuck?
He is insane. And I'm so glad that he put out that video saying that he admitted to texting that to us. Because when I saw the text message, I was just so shocked. Like, how could this be Ian? We've been there with him throughout the past 3-4 years. Like, I don't understand, you know what I mean? And so for him to come out and say those were his words and he, you know, signs off on it, I'm just like, wow, he's a horrible person.
Yeah, and then he also, the way he talked about the political activism you're doing about child brides, the way he's like, I saw it and I just was mad, so I closed it and never sent it to Anisa.
Believe it or not, it wasn't the Kino Casino that would respond to Idubbbz' Coming Clean video first. No, that title would go to Keemstar, Boogie, and Wingo on lolcow Live.
Idubbbz uploaded a video today to basically remind everybody that's picking on him to pick on him more. I'm serious. Like, this is so bad, this video that Idubbbz made. It's insane. All this is going to result in is more people picking on Idubbbz. I don't know why he made this video. Yeah, Idubbbz, a lot of people are just shitting on you and picking on you and acting in bad faith. When people are like acting in bad faith, you don't respond to them. Yeah. like, you know, the Kino Casino guys, their whole show is acting in bad faith. That is the show. Like, literally, it's just like a million crazy conspiracies and narratives and fucking this is happening and that's happening with no evidence, no proof. Like, the show, bro, what?
I did not have watch Idubbbz go the boogie route as on my bingo card at all. If I had known at the VidCon where I talked to him, I'm like, you're never gonna do a content cop on me, are you? I wish you had now. But so I could sit down and talk to you about how fucking stupid you're being right now. You of all people should know better not to do what I did.
Why are you reacting? Like, it's just such a big L to react. Why are you reacting to this? Dude, this is like the biggest Kino Casino W ever. They fucking trolled you into reacting to this. That is insane, bro. That is fucking mind-blowing. How many times you get hit in the fucking head, Ian? And now you've done told the entire internet what bothers you because you reacted to it. So now it's going to be 10 times worse. You know, you are a fucking lolcow. You are.
Yeah.
Why? You legitimize this. You legitimize the argument on whether or not you're being sexual with your dog by reacting to it.
It'll be a meme now.
I can't.
It'll be a meme.
This is a thing. Anytime Idubbbz takes a picture with a dog now, everyone's going to shit on him and say it's some sexual weird thing because you let us know this bothers you.
Keemstar would then do his biggest power play yet, at least that I've seen, and offered Idubbbz and Anisa to come work for him in the LCU. Remember, like 8 years ago, Idubbbz made a content cop on Keemstar.
Anisa, Ian, I know we haven't always seen eye to eye. We're not seeing eye to eye right now, all right? But in about 6 months, in about a year, the money's all going to dry up. There's going to be nothing left. And you guys are going to be looking for real jobs. Now, neither one of you are qualified for real jobs. So I would like to offer you the lolcow universe backup plan. We'll have the Idubbbz and Anisa morning show. It'll come on right after cafe. People will donate $20 to call you a cuck and like pick on you and shit. And you'll get a percentage of that money. I will help you pay rent. Every time PPP and Andy Worski shit on you, they're going to be driving traffic to come shit on your show directly because you won't be able to censor the donators. You won't be able to censor the chat, all right? But you're going to be making money off of your shame. You have been doing this all the wrong way. You have been destroying your marriage, destroying your life, destroying your career, and not making a single dollar doing it. I will monetize your downfall. So think of me.
I would like to do a show with Anisa. I will take the Republican side of every argument and just piss her off.
Oh, I'd watch that. I would watch that so hard.
Idubbbz, before you jump, before you swing, before you call it quits, remember, we're here to save you. Thank you.
Look, listen. Idubbbz, appearing offline is not gonna fucking stop it. I don't need you to run to Canada. You need to man the fuck up. You need to win in life, unlike you do in boxing.
Keem would also say how if he was the Kino Casino, he would be popping champagne that night.
Yo, if I'm Kino Casino tonight, I'm popping champagne. Like, they did the troll, they got the reaction, celebrate, you know?
Yeah.
And that they did. Promoting the next episode of the Kino Casino, Andy Worski and Triple P would dance, scream, and tell people what was on the way later that night.
Out of the sector and into the
you know Idubbbz is in the sector. Did you hear him?
And now we're in the hills.
Worski, all of that time going through the bogs, watching this. My loyalty as a viewer was finally rewarded. Idubbbz and Anisa knew this guy's our only viewer. He's so loyal to the program. Let's cut him a commercial for his show and broadcast it to 7 million people. All of the greatest hits of the show. He's a cock.
Shows the playlist.
He's mounted. Here's the playlist. Here's where you go, guys, to watch 136 incredible videos felting me and my stupid wife for our tattoos and cuckoldry and Hassan and all the rest of it. And it's just so beautiful. It's like I'd like to thank the Academy for this fucking felty that I've received today. We're gonna pop the fucking bottles. This guy's sitting out here saying I'm bullying him. He's bullied.
He's bullied.
Oh no, not that. No, anything but calling me a bully.
My wife.
This guy's in his fucking mid-30s talking about getting bullied by a guy 10 years younger than you. Have 7 million subscribers, sir. It's not like you can't clap back, sir. Oh, no,
he did. This was a clap back.
Oh, fuck. More like he clapped his own cheeks. Fuck. I'm being bullied. Anita's being bullied. Don't you feel bad? No. I'm dressed as Colonel Sanders. And he's using this. It's like, look at this evil bully. If you're getting bullied by a 400-pound man dressed as Colonel Sanders, it might be time to fucking log on. But the thing is, he can't even fight back. He has to fight with one arm tied behind his back like the gelded gimp he is.
But again, there was still some time before the casino would do their full response. And the next group to respond to the new Idubbbz video was H3H3 with a stream called Dear Idubbbz, We're Not Holding Back Anymore, where Ethan Klein started out reading one of Anisa's tweets. Let's get some highlights in.
Today is the reason we're all suited up. Gallia's in black. Anyone else? I think that's everybody. All the participants are suited up. And the reason that we are here today is once again to say goodbye to a friend and say hello to a lolcow. The transformation is complete. I would never use that word to call Idubbbz a lolcow. But after his... until now, his most recent video is like textbook lolcow.
It's
like
official.
he sits in the annals of YouTube history alongside some of the greatest lolcows we've known. and feeding the trolls, responding to trolls, making zero impact, making everything worse, looking insane, looking unhinged.
Incoming.
So, yeah, I know. So, we are going to be responding in full to his recent video. This all kind of kicked off yesterday when Anisa tweeted out, "Nothing creeps me out more than that new hire Gallia. Nothing creeps you out more." What is this obsession with trying to make everything seem like creepy or like sexually obsessed? It's like, girl, people just don't like you because you're a fucking piece of shit. You're obnoxious and you're just not charismatic. You're hateful. You're despicable. You're trying to take money from a charity. I mean, there are so many reasons.
Endless reasons.
And you're an online personality. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, girl, you're the dumbest bitch I've ever seen in my life. If you think you can just tweet something like this about a random person that you actually don't know anything about because you cannot do any research in your life, then just shut the fuck up and just live in Edmonton peacefully, bake your little donuts every single day, feed your little baby Ian. He's about to eat solids. I'm so happy for him.
He retches.
Yeah, he's about to turn into solid food. I'm so happy for Ian. His teasing is almost over. Yeah, I don't know what are you doing with those tweets. You were supposed, I don't know, you were trying to hype up your amazing video that came out later or something else, but this is just pathetic, dumb. You are filming a podcast in a fucking basement with no equipment, with not a single light around, with not a single plug around you, because you don't have anything around you.
And their new big video, Ian starts it off by being like, yeah, ignore the back, and it's just like a bunch of planks of wood.
I'm working on it.
By the way, the background is a work in progress, so you can just tune that out.
They would also read off another tweet from Anisa, talking about how no one cares about Idubbbz' rancid breath. Well, that's not true, Anisa. I want to know how someone's breath can be as bad as SpongeBob's when he ate that sundae.
You need to be differentiated enough to realize literally no one but you cares, and about 90% of the bullshit you talk about, no one cares about 22 Ian's breath status. I beg to differ. I am fascinated by his stinky ass breath, and I'm even more fascinated by you guys not trying to defend his stinky breath. That sounds like a deflection. Stinky breath smelling wife.
I'm concerned about his 2025 stinky breath.
It's only gotten worse.
Yeah, I want to know.
I mean, he hasn't done anything about it.
Drinking mango juice, is that helping?
No.
I don't know.
One of the best parts was Idubbbz' sudden hatred for AB coming out, and AB dropping some insider info, like Anisa wanting him to quit the H3H3 podcast for her many times. Who does she think she is?
AB can attest to it, right? So it's mentally very hard. So I
Shut up,
feel
AB.
bad for him because I can tell his heart was.
We can clean that up, Zach. I feel like.
Shut up, AB.
Yeah, it's messy. It's messy.
Yeah.
Today's not a good day.
But I don't want to get ahead of myself.
100% snark brained. You fucking started this. You wanted this. You wanted to roll around in the mud with me. What's wrong? You not liking the mud anymore? But also, he seems to have lost like 50 IQ points. I'm not even kidding. Like, if you go back, I think he has brain damage.
I mean, I've always said he was super intelligent. I used to study his videos. I studied his video that when I made my video defending you, that got me this job. I was studying his content cops. I don't know what the fuck happened.
By the way, people wonder why I say fuck AB. Like, this is why. Like,
why?
You're being used in this moment to, like, invalidate my experience.
Not what?
At, like,
he's so stupid.
Running a boxing event.
He's the dumbest person alive.
Yeah, let me tell you about who tried to fucking use me. Well, yeah.
Uh-oh. So I watched those two, and then here is Anisa agreeing that AB is the biggest disappointment of all the crew members. You want to explain it?
Yeah, at the bottom, you see Anisa replying to that comment. She says, yes, we're human or whatever on top. Said AB is probably the most disappointing one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, Anisa obviously agrees with what I'm trying to show. So, I have a lot I want to say. I wrote it down because I didn't sleep. I didn't want to miss anything. This has been the longest year of my life. It's been the hardest year. Last night, I tweeted, nah, fuck this. I'm done living in fear. My wife and I are not going to be blackmailed. I'll show y'all a backbone. See you guys tomorrow. This was in reference to my good friends, Ian and Anisa, and what they've put me through for the past several months. I never wanted to speak bad on them.
You never did.
Huh?
You never did.
I didn't. And seeing how vicious Ian spoke with me yesterday and about my coworkers really just shocked me. And I said, fuck that. Like, I don't care. Like, I would rather be fired than keep living worried about what this fuck's going to say about me or twist about me. I want to tell everybody who doesn't know, I was a longtime fan of Ian. It was surreal meeting him, getting the chance to be friends with him through the Creator Clash. That may sound cringe, this may sound cringe, but one of the coolest moments I've had is when Ian called in wearing my merch that I had for the Creator Clash. that was so cool to me because my first video, I was wearing Idubbbz merch because I was a fan. I was broke at the time. I bought his merch. I wanted to support him. And I also really liked Anisa. There was a lot that we had in common. We were oddly the same mix, half Lebanese, half Irish. And I know some of the struggles that come with that, with being mixed. And so I really felt for her. Also, we really bonded over having 2 close family members, having Alzheimer's. Her father, my grandma who raised me. And we really bonded through that. He keeps saying the problem with this coach is he doesn't know how to communicate his emotions as a man. He doesn't know how to communicate, which I find very fucking funny, being that I communicated with him what I was going through, what they were putting me through, and they do not give a fuck, including stuff I never wanted to share publicly, but I'll share with everyone right now. I pay for my grandma's fucking facility. I help out with my grandma's facility. My parents got a divorce. I'm helping with my grandmother because she raised me. My sister, everyone here, half of you don't even know I have a sister because I never talk about her because she's also in an in-treatment fucking facility because she struggles with her own medical problems that I help out with. I share that with nobody but Anisa. She does not give a fuck. She does not care, even though her father struggles with this stuff. She does not care. I have to leave my job. She's drawn her fucking line in the sand because she has the right to tell me how I provide for me and my fucking family. Let me be clear. I don't care Israel, Palestine. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the world compared to my family. Let me be very fucking clear. I do not give a fuck. Now, before I get to the shit talking portion of this, I want you all to know I'm putting everything on the line because I'm not going to live the way I've been living the past year. I'm asking that everyone hears me out before jumping into conclusions. I've tried so hard to keep the peace between Ethan and Ian in the beginning, and it's led to the worst fucking year of my life. I planned on leaving the show next month in October when my lease is up. Nobody knew this, but Lena, Olivia, Anisa, and Ian. So Lena's my wife. Oh, and by the way, real quick, let me say the reason that Olivia's not sitting right next to me right now, this is part of it. This is part of the fucking reason. Because Anisa did this shit to her too. And she gave me permission to say that. And when they first released the Contact Cop, they were so apologetic to us. We're so sorry to put you in this situation. And they were living off this high. But as soon as they started to get shit, when it didn't go the way they thought it was going to be, we became the punching bags. We became the punching bags. Then they wanted to fucking take it out on us. And it's become basically leave your job or you're dead to us. The hypocrisy might fucking kill me. They don't care about my grandma, as I said. They don't care about my sister. Also, for the record, Ina and Anisa, if you wanted to hurt me, just saying you don't fuck with me was enough. Because you should, it's pretty clear how much I looked up to you guys. And before these Anisa and Ian try to frame like we turned on them, we fucking defended you. We defended you before the Content Cop. We defended you the fucking day of the Content Cop to our fucking boss. And you and your little fucking snark friend say, we don't have a backbone. You know what? Maybe we don't have a fucking backbone for not fucking being more fucking loyal to Ethan and Neela. You changed it up on us because we didn't speak up. How did this whole fucking beef start again? What was your famous fucking line? Our silence means something. Our silence means something. That applies to you. You could use that when CPS and everything's involved. But us, we have to speak. We have to leave our jobs. Fuck our family. And what's it all about? You're using us because you can't hurt Ethan. That's all it fucking is.
Just to clarify, they told you and Olivia privately to quit your jobs?
I don't know what they told Olivia, but yes, Anisa has told me many times that
privately that you should quit your job.
Yes.
Well, she should get a job.
True.
As that was going on, Anisa would then tweet out this. Zach from the H3 podcast just called me a Jew-hating bitch for saying my brain blocks him out. I don't hate you because you're Jewish. I hate you because you single-handedly ruined Dad Rock for me in front of a much understarved starter pack audience at the H3 live show. I'm sorry, this one was really mean, but I don't like men who dress like Zach being able to call women bitches. It should be illegal. The H3 crew would get notified of that and responded on stream.
Anisa, our biggest fan, has been live tweeting.
Shout out.
She doesn't miss an episode, man.
A huge fan.
Let me see what
she's like, did she say camel jockey?
Camel, oh.
Something racist on the other side now.
Yeah, she'll hit you wherever it hurts.
That's some Jimmy Lee shit, dude.
Oh, so this is about Zach. Zach from the H3 podcast just called me a Jew-hating bitch. And again, I'm just reading what she quoted, Jew-hating bitch. I would never call her that.
All right, well,
saying,
I'm sorry for calling you a bitch. That was out of line. I still do think you're a fucking Jew hater, though. So I don't know what's worse.
I mean, being a Jew hater is worse.
Yeah. So,
I
okay.
think so. In my opinion.
So I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry for calling you a bitch. Still think you're horrible.
I'm being ironic, by the way. I'm not judging you at all.
No. I shouldn't have said that. That was completely out of line.
Tamara says you can call her a bitch.
Yeah, I think she qualifies.
Wow, what a normal human reaction from Zach.
Just call me Jew-hating bitch for saying my brain blocks him out. Well, you, again, you're too. We know that that's not why. Okay, you are agreeing to another tweet saying that he's the worst person on the show.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break. We are not stupid. Okay, like, and by the way, the snarkers aren't stupid either. They just pretend to be.
Yeah.
They all dab each other up like, you go, girl. That's exactly what happened. And they know that's not what happened. I don't hate you because you're Jewish. I hate you because you single-handedly ruined Dad Rock for me in front of a bunch of undeserved starter pack audience at the live show.
What?
Is she bragging about putting on live shows? Girl, that is the last thing you should brag about.
Ethan Klein also laughed at Ian calling himself stoic when he's one of the least stoic people on the internet.
I am quiet, stoic, not talkative.
This guy, people love this. He called himself stoic in a series of videos of him bitching and crying, literally crying on camera. If Marcus Aurelius could see you now, he would fucking off himself.
Shout out Meditations.
Idubbbz is being stoic here. Therefore,
no.
Literally, nobody says you're stoic.
You're the only one that says stoic. Nobody literally thinks that about you. You know, stop it.
Ethan would then point out how Idubbbz just gave the Kino Casino their biggest stream ever, and spoiler alert, they made $5 grand in less than a minute at one point.
Look at this shit. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Oh my god.
Look how happy they are. Look how happy they are, Ian.
I love these guys.
This was the obvious. The only thing that's going to happen is they're going to have their biggest streaming days ever. Everybody's going to want to tune in to see what they have to say.
You just gave them the biggest shout out.
Yeah, so I mean, just wow, just on principle by design, or the theory behind this video is just, it's very dumb. This guy is dressed up as the Colonel. What do you want? One is fried chicken and the other is Colonel Sanders. Why are you taking these guys serious?
Well, dude, it's backfired because I love these guys now.
That's what I'm saying.
These guys are pretty gangster.
Yeah, they're doing a comedy show, and unlike Ian, they're actually making.
Yeah,
jokes.
I like these guys.
Like unironically, the biggest advertisement for these guys. You're literally like, look at these meanie heads.
He's Colonel Sanders, man. It's funny.
Fucking KFC boys.
Oh, and remember how Idubbbz said that Coach Mike only went on the H3 podcast for the money? Well, Ethan exposed Idubbbz for being the liar that he is, as well as letting us all know if Coach Mike wants to do a defamation lawsuit, that Ethan Klein would pay for it.
Decided to go on the H3 podcast. They already spilled their guts. They were getting paid like $5,000 to go on this podcast.
That's such an insane lie.
Possibly a defamatory one?
I think so. Honestly,
pretty crazy thing.
You guys
to throw
know
out
I'm
there.
lawsuit heavy. He's so pathetic. I when I heard this, I was like, that might be defamatory. But honestly,
I think it'd be defamatory towards them, not towards you.
Right.
He's claiming that they were paid to come smear him on the show.
Now, anybody that watched the interview knows what happened,
including him. He obviously knows.
I didn't even plan to give them the money, and they didn't expect to get money because I didn't even plan for it until I heard for the first time that he stiffed them of a bonus of $5,000. And at the end of the show, I felt so bad. At the end, by the way, after they had expressed themselves, that they had just poured their guts out and really inspired us. Not even shitting on Ian. That wasn't what the thing that people were talking
life
about
story.
was their life story. Turns out that she's this incredible woman with this incredible story and this incredible advocate. And that's why I gave them the money. And that's why everyone cared about them, Ian. But he's framing it like this was a pre-planned thing where I paid them $5,000 for them to come on the show and lie. And it's just an insane... This is what he did on his first video when he refused to explain why I'm upset at Denim's.
Right.
It's like, are you forgetting something?
Ethan would also laugh at Idubbbz for even addressing that people call him a lolcow. It genuinely only made things worse.
I briefly want to talk about the concept of being a lolcow because these fucking losers, they love the concept of like
the
labeling someone.
craziest thing to defend yourself against.
Oops, sorry.
Even invoking, even acknowledging that people call you a lolcow is like the most lolcow dumbass loser shit you could ever do. Why are you doing this? What are you doing, man?
There's no way that that sentence should have ever come out of his mouth. Like, can we hear it one more time?
Yes.
I briefly want to talk about the concept of being a lolcow because these fucking losers, they love the concept of like labeling someone a lolcow and then like bullying them and watching their life spiral out of control. They won't, you know, say as much. They'll just be like, yeah, we just do it for laughs. The whole thing's entertainment. It's just just innocent guys just having a laugh. Thankfully.
Okay, so then why are they doing it? You're saying they're having a liking entertaining content. Right, I agree.
Oh, and my favorite part. Anisa gave Idubbbz his lunch on stream. An uncut bagel with a blob of ketchup or something on it, and Ethan Klein couldn't believe his eyes. Neither could I, by the way.
The way they handled it after that was even grosser. Oh. Incoming! Oh, by the way. Thank you, Card Maiden.
What the fuck is that? Like, she doesn't do anything but cook. That's like her hobby, I think.
Anisa, like maybe help your husband decorate. I don't know. Look at his setup. It's sad.
This is a bagel and like a fucking dollop of jelly. This is the saddest shit. I was asked, is the bagel even cut? Nope, it's a whole bagel. It wasn't even pre-sliced. Wasn't pre-sliced.
That's the shit they serve you at recess.
Look at this, or at least as far as I can tell. Yeah, it looks whole.
I watched a commentary video yesterday that was trying to claim that you bringing the food in is something that pisses me off.
You asked me to do it.
I know. The other day, I told Anisa, I was like, I love when you come in and you have something to show to the stream. Like it.
I don't care.
Lastly, Ethan would cover Idubbbz' reason for not backing Kate up on the child marriage situation.
Before, I think it was Kate specifically.
So he's going on to defend himself and explain why he didn't speak up for child brides.
She messaged me about this child marriage thing, and this was after Creator Clash 2, and it was very importantly right after Michael Briggs requested that I be his guarantor on a loan to open like a boxing gym. And I don't know if you guys know what that means. That basically means he's asking me to be responsible.
Yes, everybody knows what that means, and we're not all dumb as you, bro.
Or like debt if he isn't able to like pay the loan.
Yes.
He was aware of what was happening. He knew that I lost my fucking match. I hadn't been making videos or making any money, and that obviously I've been having a hard time online. I made my apology. Things were rough for me. But he comes in with his request of, hey, you mind being my guarantor on this loan? Meanwhile, he has no problem, or...
This is insane. He's like, I was having a really hard time, and I didn't get yogurt. I was upset the rest of the week because I didn't get yogurt. I was having a really hard time, and because you're not following everything and being extraordinarily sensitive, you asked me for a favor. You could have just said no. You could have just said, I'm sorry, we're not in a position to do that. But instead, you make yourself this extraordinary victim. And this narrative where Michael, who's asking you for a favor, which you are totally okay to say no to, right? As some kind of villainous, con man or something like that, who should have never known better to ask you, like, bro, what? What is this weird fucking delusion? He thought you guys were friends, and so he asked you for a favor, and you get angry at him for asking.
Offended.
Deeply offended. This is madness.
Also,
Yeah,
wouldn't the normal response just be, "Hey, money's a bit tight for me right now, so
Yeah.
I'm not
There you
comfortable."
go. No, that's like
putting out.
angle-
That's like a
that's
normal response.
offended,
It's fine.
isn't it?
all you have to say is just be a normal human.
Outrageous statement.
I was deeply offended.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why?
Kate did message me about like a child marriage bill thing, and I didn't pass it along to Anisa. I looked at it and I closed it. So was I being like, you know, negligent to that relationship? Sure, but no, Anisa and I don't support child marriage or whatever fucking crazy story that they're spinning. I was just angry at them, and I was like, you know, fuck
Look
you
what
guys.
a
I'm not gonna
fucking
be.
douchebag
Why were you
are.
angry at them?
By your own goddamn. She goes, "Hey man, child fucking brides." He's like, "Fuck these people."
Fuck them. They should have known
I'm
better.
not even gonna show this to Anisa.
So from my understanding, he's mad at them because they asked him to be a guarantor on the loan, and because Michael asked him of that, therefore he cannot help her with the child marriage bill.
Well, he also
That's
sounded.
what I'm understanding.
Yeah,
That's why he
sounded
did that whole
annoyed.
spiel about the loan, right?
He was angry for some reason that I'm sure they didn't even understand why he was so rude.
Well, it sounds like it's because of the loan.
At least for
Yeah,
the
big
child
time.
marriage thing, like they didn't message Anisa about that shit. That was definitely a me thing. A me being like just kind of angry and uncaring about it. Like whatever.
Does he realize how pathetic he looks?
That one was a bit of a journey, wasn't it? In fact, we're only just getting started, because then Andy Worski and PPP would go live on the Kino Casino to give their official response to Idubbbz' video. But, unfortunately, that's going to have to wait until Friday. As always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon. But wait, what's this?
Joey got it for the people of America. I am never going to financially recover from this.